My name is Ginny Tincher. I'm an associate pastor here at Memorial Drive UMC in Houston, Texas. Really seeing this shift toward looking at our engagement with our local community and the needs in our community, not just as, okay, here's a need, we're gonna meet it. You know, you're hungry, so we're gonna feed you a meal, or you know, you need clothing, so we're gonna clothe you. Like those are good things to do, and we always need to be doing that. But there's this sort of shift in passion, I think, and interest, and in this congregation and in a lot of congregations toward, okay, there's this need. What is the root of that need, and how are we being called to address the root of that as well? So, okay, people are hungry. So what's the responsibility of the church, not just to feed them today, but long term? What is our role in advocacy, in politics? We're looking at, okay, if there's a food desert, what do we do to address that? This is just an example, but like, do we plant a garden? Like, how do we begin to engage our neighbors, and not just like look at that surface need, but really go below the surface, because otherwise it's just going to keep happening. So it's kind of that move to balance compassion with justice work. That's when you really get those sustained face-to-face relationships in the community, and that's when people are transformed. You know, people who are part of the church and people who will never set foot inside a church, but you can be transformed together. That's so exciting to me as a pastor.
Getting people to see that despite the fact that when we drive down Memorial Drive, we see big houses and nice neighborhoods or whatever, that doesn't mean everyone in those houses and everyone in those neighborhoods isn't hurting or, you know, spiritually poor or longing for something. To recognize that people of all backgrounds, people of all economic statuses hurt and need a community. I think what a lot of people are looking for, and what might feed people and might attract more people, if that's the way we want to put it, is a general sense of openness, that the church is a safe place, a place without judgment, a place without expectation of how we're going to look or how we're going to talk or how we're going to think, but a place where anyone can come.
And yet somehow the equalizer is the house of God. Somehow the equalizer is the community of faith. And for me, I go one step further and say the equalizer is the communion table. And it's the belief that God has a space for everyone at the community table, regardless of your race, your sexual orientation, your gender, who you voted for. Everyone is welcome. Everyone receives grace when you come here. And that's the message I try to preach and teach while at this table. We don't believe the table, the communion table, is the church's table or even the denomination's table. We believe that the table is God's table, and everyone is welcome to come and receive the cup and receive the bread of the love of God.